In our news bulletin for this evening, preparations are underway for Elephant Anjali's departure from Niue on the 20th of June. The Niue team to the Pacific Games in Papua New Guinea has been confirmed, and Niskaga are confident that they are ready to compete. Government has now handed over the sustainable land management project to the village of Mutalo. Makefu village launched their community climate adaptation plan. Residents will have just over a week to enjoy the presence of an elephant in a tropical setting before Anjali is transported to her new home in New Zealand. Anjali, a baby elephant that was gifted by the Sri Lankan government to the Auckland Zoo, has been quarantined in Niue for the past 2.5 months. According to caretakers, Anjali has settled in very well at her temporary home in Kaho, Avasele, enjoying most of the local foliage, and has been quite an attraction for locals and visitors alike. Elephant Project Coordinator Tom Misikea said it is a novelty to have an elephant in the Pacific of all places, something that people are still marvelling over. The public viewing platform was built specifically for this unique opportunity, and it has now been confirmed that Anjali will be leaving the island on the 20th of June. Mr. Misikea says that members of the public are welcome to the site up until Friday, but access will be limited on Saturday as they prepare her for flight. The task to get Anjali from Kaho to the airport next week Saturday will require a number of government's heavy machinery. Niue's official team to the Pacific Games in Papua New Guinea next month has been announced, and the Niue Island Sports Commonwealth Games Association are confident they are ready to compete.
In athletics, there's one athlete competing. Bodybuilding, there's 2 athletes, one from here, one from Brisbane. Clay shooting, there's 4 athletes, all male from here. Golf, 2 athletes, all from here also. Lawn bowls, that's 5 female, 5 male. 2 athletes from New Zealand on the female, and 1 in the male, all from here. And weightlifting, that's 2 girls from here and 1 boy. And powerlifting, there's 1 girl. She will compete in both weightlifting and powerlifting. It's very rare for any country to have an athlete who competes in 2 disciplines. Unfortunately, League 9 withdraw, Rugby 7 withdraw, and Touch withdraw. That penalized us, Niue Pacific Games Association, by $3,000 for free coach that withdraw. I'm really disappointed with League 9 because they're playing good in international tournament, and they decided not to go because all the players are from Australia, Sydney, and it's very close to PNG. All they have to do is to pay the airfare, accommodation is free all day. So that's the team for Pacific Games now.
3 codes have withdrawn. They are Rugby League, Rugby Sevens and Touch Rugby. That means a $3,000 penalty for Team Niue to pay. Mr. Tano is disappointed at the late withdrawal and money they will have to pay, but he says they are looking forward to the games, especially for bodybuilding and weightlifting, who have a high chance of placing.
Yeah, I already know they will not win any medals at the Pacific Games. But I'm confident with the bodybuilders because you know Regan. He's been winning gold, silver and bronze in the past Pacific Games. And he looks good now. And also the other bodybuilder athlete from Brisbane, the Niuean girl who lives there. She competes under Niue in 2013 in the South Pacific in Tonga. And she took out gold in the body physique. It's slightly different to bodybuilding, but I asked her, can she change to bodybuilding? And she's willing. Not much difference. But and after the single event, they'll pair up and do the partner. Because in the past, Niue has already won 1 silver in the partner. That's Regan and Catherine Papani when she was competing in bodybuilding. So it's looking good for bodybuilding. I'm not sure of the rest of the codes. I only know about my weightlifting because they're all young one. In the open category, they won't win any medals. But we are looking at the youth and junior category. They are placing very high on the youth and the junior category. and one of my female powerlifter. She's looking good on powerlifting. I know the struggle athletes go through to fundraise and train at the same time. It's the huge task. Also, our population is so small, and a lot of people fundraising out there. But they did pay their fare from here to Auckland, return, and we have asked the government, can they assist from Auckland, PNG return, and they're very willing, and now we are working through that, and most likely they will, because I went down and meet with the Premier. The government has to be in partnership with us, with the supporting our community. There's no way we can go on our own. Even the big countries, there's no way. So we have discussed it with the government, and they are willing to assist on that part. The accommodation part is good, because we don't have to pay for the accommodation now. All we have to do now is looking for airfares. But all coaches now also they are fundraising for the equipment.
At the moment, teams are training and preparing, and the organisation will also be hosting the National Sports Awards on Saturday the 20th of June before the team heads off in early July. Today, government has officially handed over the Sustainable Land Management Project back to the village community of Mutalau. The capacity building for Sustainable Land Management Project, worth close to $1 million, started in 2007 with the setup of a pilot site as an outdoor classroom with a variety of capacity building workshops held over the years. The 44-acre farm plot site was also an opportunity for collaboration and capacity building for 4 different departments: the Department of Agriculture, Forestry and Fisheries, the Department of Environment, the Economic Planning and Development Division, as well as the Department for Justice, Lands and Survey. According to project coordinator Poyo Kesene, the farm is just one component of the project that was extended from 2011. Some of the challenges, like a shortage of manpower, accounted for some of the delays, but the department is happy that the farm can now be returned to the community to use. The pilot project site was used to develop and trial some sustainable agricultural methods, such as organic farming, composting, agroforestry, and it was also used as an outdoor classroom setting for various agricultural experiments. The aim was to see whether some of these practices that are successful could be developed into projects for other communities on island to implement. The Mutalau Village Council Chairperson Frank Soniholo says they look forward to looking at ways to generate income from the farm and plan to look at other benefits for the village. The Director General for the Ministry of Natural Resources, Josie Tamate, said that despite the project being returned to the village, the Ministry and Department are able to continue supporting through technical expertise. The onus now will be on the Village Council and community for the maintenance and running of the farm. Makefu Village has launched a plan to reduce the effects of climate change to ensure safety of the people of Makefu Village and to utilize opportunities for development. The project, funded by the European Union through the University of the South Pacific, was coordinated by Bertha Tongahai. The village of Makefu was one of 3 villages that were selected to pilot this climate change project since a meeting in 2012. And according to Makefu Women's representative on the committee, Marianne Talangi, climate change is a global concern, and the reality of these changes has happened, affecting the lives of coastal people. Makefu has been affected by the devastation of cyclones in the past, with severe damage to buildings. The working committee, consisting of 8 representatives from different groups within the village, have worked tirelessly, meeting weekly to develop this plan. There are 5 strategic goals at the core of this plan: to strengthen climate change adaptation and disaster risk reduction, enhance development of socio-economic opportunities, to empower and build capacity of young people, to strengthen Makefu community engagement, and enhance information and communication technology. One of the challenges, however, is the logistical framework, where project proposals would need to be developed to source funds for the activities laid out in this plan. This is a 10-year plan from 2014 to 2024 that will enable the working group and village council to work together to implement activities in the plan. And those are our news stories that we have for you this evening and for this week. We do hope that you can join us again for our next news bulletin next week. Do enjoy the weekend ahead, especially to those who will be competing in the Black Heart Fishing Competition and the Safety at Sea campaign competition as well.